Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me for this low back and hip stretch video. So in today's practice, we are going to mostly be seated and doing some good work to open up any stress or tension in the glutes, in the inner thighs and hips, as well as in the low back and the sides of your waist. So if this is an area where you struggle with tension or pain, you're going to go ahead and roll out your mat and get ready to follow along with me in this practice so we can relieve that stress, tension, and pain. All right, so we are going to start in a nice easy seat. Feel free to sit on a cushion or a folded up blanket. If you need to lift your hips a little higher so that you can be more comfortable as you sit, go ahead and make yourself, set up all nice and cozy so you feel good in your practice. Once you get settled into that seat, we'll just take a moment to close your eyes. Start to turn your awareness inward and deepen into your breath. Taking a little bit longer inhale and a little bit deeper exhale. And let yourself fully arrive in the moment, here for this experience. Observing whatever sensations you notice in your body. See if you can send your breath to the tight places. And then once you feel centered, we'll go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles here and lift up in your spine. Then see if you can actively begin to press your knees down towards the earth. So we lift up through your crown, roll your shoulders down your back, lift your belly up and in as you press your knees down towards the earth. Now let's take a big inhale right here, lifting up, stretch up through your spine. And as you exhale, lean forward into your stretch. Try to keep your spine long, your shoulders and chest open. We're just leaning into the stretch. Now take another inhale here, lengthening out through your spine. Then as you exhale, go ahead and fold forward, letting your head, neck, and shoulders round forward. Relax the back of your neck. Relax the backs of your shoulders, just letting yourself fold forward with the steady pull of gravity. Take it one breath at a time here. It doesn't matter how far forward you fold. The most important thing to remember here is feeling into the sensation. So we want to just send the breath down into your hips, down into your low back, whatever is lighting up for you here. And we'll slowly begin to unwind, rolling your spine back up to center. Take your time, gently stacking one vertebrae over the other. We come all the way up to a nice tall seated position. Take a full round of breath here and just notice how you feel. Already starting to feel some energy begin to move. Now let's extend your right leg off to the right side. Open it up only as far as it feels comfortable. We want to try and keep the right toes pointing up towards the sky. So we have a little bit of action in the right leg. It's not just asleep out there to the side. We want to flex the toes, bringing a little bit of awakening into that right leg. Then reach your left arm up and over. Taking it into a side body stretch, begin to open along the left side of your waist and even into the low back here. Take an inhale and roll your gaze up towards the sky. Notice how it opens your shoulders and takes you into more of a side stretch. Now slowly fold your heart forward, letting your left hand touch down to the floor, over to that right side. So we're folding the left shoulder down, taking you into a deeper stretch along the low back there. So just feel into that stretch. And from here, we're going to walk your hands around to the front, folding down center. See if you can keep the right toes still rolling up towards the sky, even as you fold forward. And remember, it's okay if you don't fold very far. You don't have to get a great stretch. When you feel ready, slowly walk your hands back in, coming up to a seat. Now we're going to work a little twist here. Step your left hand towards the back and reach your right hand across towards your left knee. Now rotate your shoulders around to that left side, working your way into an easy twist. Really take it easy here. Don't overwork the stretch. And we'll slowly release and come back to the front. And go ahead and draw that right leg back in towards its place, and we'll extend the left leg out and practice the other side. So again, only open that leg as wide as it feels good for your body. And we want to keep the toes flexing up towards the sky, just bringing a little bit of muscle activation into the leg. Then we'll reach the right arm up and over. Breathing as you go, we work into that side stretch. And on your inhale, look up towards the sky. Notice how your chest and shoulders respond. Then we'll exhale and fold your heart down over to that left side. Let your right fingertips touch down to the floor and think about bringing that right shoulder down. The more you can rotate the right shoulder down towards the earth, the more stretch you're going to get in your low back. Now let's walk the hands around to the front. Gently, gently making your way forward, folding down over your legs. Flex your left toes up towards the sky, breathing into the stretch at your own edge. Then we slowly rise, walking your hands back in. Now we're going to work that twist to the right. Stepping your right hand around, reach the left hand across, and start to leverage yourself into that twist. Rotating the shoulders around. Notice that the left leg wants to rotate in as you twist. See if you can keep the pelvis grounded, giving you a little bit of a counter stretch as you work that spinal rotation. Then we'll gently release, coming back towards the front. And bring the soles of your feet together again, coming back into that bound angle pose. We're going to hold on to the ankles. Inhale and lift up through your spine. Exhale to hinge forward at your hips, leading with your chest. Let your heart shine. Then we'll inhale again, extending out through your spine. Then exhale to let it fold. Head, neck, shoulders, everything folding forward.
to whatever degree. Just find your own edge within the stretch. Then we'll slowly begin to unwind, one vertebrae at a time. Unwinding your spine, we slowly roll yourself back up on top. Now hug your knees in towards your chest. You can close your knees in like a book. Just give yourself a little squeeze. And here we are going to transition to a standing forward fold. So you can find your own graceful transition. Coming to your feet, we're going to bring those feet about hip distance apart, and you can bend your knees as much as you need to really let your upper body fold forward. So we don't want to be hanging out up here somewhere. It's better to bend your knees so that you can really get into that fold, right? We want to feel the pull of gravity on your spine. Then the deeper you fold forward, that's when you'll start to access the stretch in your legs. Now let's start to incorporate some movement, shifting your weight from right to left. Let yourself be a little creative here, just exploring your own inner landscape. So we're exploring what's going on in my legs. What happens when I move this way? What happens when I bend or straighten my knee? What happens? Right? We get curious. Moving nice and slow, you start to awaken those areas of your body that need to stretch. And staying present with your breath as you explore. And when you're ready, you will slowly start to resolve the movement. Just nice and easy, gently bringing yourself back to center, folding down over your legs. Now, bring your hands onto your shins and inhale your breath, extending your spine long. So you can think about like a flat back, bringing your spine horizontal to the earth. Then exhale and gently fold yourself back down. Grab onto your ankles with your hands and pull your body down for an even deeper fold. Then again, bringing your hands to your shins. We inhale, pressing against your legs. Feel your spine extend. So we're exercising the muscles along your back. Then exhale to let yourself fold back down, grabbing onto your ankles. Pull yourself in, letting your nose nestle down towards your shins. Then one more time like this, bringing the hands to the shins. Inhale and lift. Keep your belly engaged as you extend your heart forward. Then exhale to gently fold, grabbing onto the ankles. Just take it a little bit deeper. Then from here, we're going to go ahead and extend your heart forward, lengthening out your spine. This time, bring the left hand to the floor. Bend that left knee, then twist and open your right fingertips to the sky. Press that right knee as straight as you comfortably can. Then start to lean your weight into that right foot and just take some deep breaths as you awaken your IT band. Stretching across the outer hip, the outer part of the leg. Maybe you can even feel a stretch in the low back. Then slowly release your right hand back down, coming back into that forward fold. Just take a moment here. Then again, we'll inhale and extend your heart forward. Pressing your right hand towards the earth, we bend into that right knee.
Twist and open your left fingertips to the sky and start to lean your weight into that left foot. So we breathe slow and deep as you work into that stretch. Find your way into your own edge where you give your body just enough. And we slowly release and fold it back down. All right, if you want to sway side to side again or kind of wiggle out your legs, just let yourself take a moment here. And then we're going to rotate your toes 45 degrees open to the sides. So just getting that little rotation in the legs. Let yourself fold forward here, even if the knees are still bent. Let yourself fold down over your legs with that rotation, giving us yet again another stretch along the outer part of the legs, the outer part of the hips, and the low back. Now let's inhale and extend your heart forward. Lift up your chest, engaging the strength of your back. Now, as you exhale, we're going to start to bend your knees, sinking your hips down towards the floor, but only go as far as you can, keeping your heels down on the mat. So if your heels start to come up, let's lift the hips a little higher and just bring some more weight into your hands. But little by little, we bring the hips lower and lower and lower until you find yourself in a squat. Now this is the ultimate hip stretch, okay? So we're gonna go into it together. If your hands are on the floor, hips are a little higher, all good. If your hips are low, you can bring your hands off the mat. Either way, bring your elbows to the insides of your knees, hands on the floor or hands at your heart. Then we're going to actively start to press your elbows into your knees and just pry those little hips apart like an oyster shell. And added bonus, lift up your chest, roll your shoulders down your back and extend up through your spine. Oh yes. Now go ahead and just rock back, landing on your bum. Wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a hug. You did it. Good job. All right, from here we're going to go ahead and roll on down to your back. Coming all the way down, you can hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a little squeeze. And we are going to move into a reclining pigeon pose. So we'll start on the right side, crossing that right ankle over your left knee. We're going to make a figure 4 shape. Then reach that left hand in between your legs. Wait, we're going to do the other way. Reach that right hand in between your legs. Wrap your left hand around your shin. We start to hug that left knee in towards your chest. And as you do, see if you can simultaneously press your right knee out to the side. So we're working that external rotation in that right leg, allowing you to get a deeper stretch in the outer right hip. Now feel free to move your shape. You can rock side to side a little bit, or just make some little micro adjustments and see if you can find your best stretch. And we'll go ahead and cross your right leg all the way over the left. Open your arms towards the sides, and we'll gently lower both knees all the way over to that left side, coming into a nice reclining twist here. You could even roll your gaze to the right side so you feel the entire length of your spine in a rotation. Now see if you can breathe a deep breath into the right side of your lungs, breathing even down into your right side low back. And take a couple more breaths here, tuning in to whatever sensations you notice. And when you're ready, we can slowly roll back onto your back, uncross your legs and hug your knees in. Give it a little squeeze. Then we'll get ready to practice the other side. So we'll cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Remember to press that left knee out towards the side. Then we'll take the left hand, reaching through your legs. Wrap that right hand around and hug your right knee in towards your chest at the same time that the left knee is pressing open. And again, I welcome you to explore a little movement, any little micro adjustments that you want to make so that you find the stretch that serves you the best. Like really let yourself have that conversation with your body. Like, what do you need? Where does it feel good? Where do you want me to go? And once you find that sweet spot, send your breath all the way there. Now we'll cross your left knee all the way over your right leg. Opening your arms towards the sides, we can lower the legs over to the right and let your gaze fall to the left. So we feel that full rotation of the spine from top to bottom, from bottom to top. As you relax in this shape, exercise your breath, breathing into that left lung, breathing down into the left low back, feeling even the most subtle of sensations. Let yourself become so deeply aware that you feel it all. And slowly start to make your way back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest one more time, and we're going to round out our practice today with a little happy baby. So reach your arms, both arms this time, between your two knees and grab a hold of the outer edges of your feet. Then slowly start to open the soles of your feet towards the sky, stacking your ankle over your knee. Then using the strength of your arms, begin to pull down on your feet. So we're driving the knees down towards the earth. See if you can anchor your tailbone towards the mat. So again, it's giving you that little counter stretch to help you access even more. You can stay right here if this feels good, or you could even start to play with stretching your feet a little wider apart and see where that takes you. Finding this last final moment to stretch it to your edge, and we'll slowly release, hugging your knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself one final squeeze. And we'll extend your legs down to the end of your mat. Just take a few moments to rest. Extending your legs long, let your feet fall open to the sides. As you feel your hips relax. Feel the weight of your spine and your torso as it relaxes down towards the mat. Feeling all of that energy circulating down into your legs, swirling around in your hips, and surging up your spine. Send your breath all the way down into your low back, all the way down into your pelvis. See if you can breathe all the way down into your toes. Just feeling your body completely filled, nourished, and satisfied by this breath. Give yourself as long as you need to relax and rest on your mat. And when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly and gently reawakening your body. And take a nice big full body stretch and roll yourself over to the side and press yourself back up into a seat. Let yourself settle back into that nice, comfortable seat where you first began. And just notice the shifts, the changes in your body. It doesn't take very long. It doesn't take very much to really make a big difference in your flexibility, your circulation, reducing that pain. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being a member of our community. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.